When Dolores Price was a little girl, her favoured saints were martyrs. Dolores had one very Catholic aunt on her father's side who would say, "For God and Ireland." For the rest of the family, Ireland came first. Growing up in West Belfast in the 1950s, she dutifully went to church every day. But she noticed that her parents didn't. One day, when she was about 14, she announced, "I'm not going back to Mass." "You have to go," her mother Chrissy said. "I don't, and I'm not going," Dolores said. "You have to go," Chrissy repeated. "Look," Dolores said, "I'll go out the door, I'll stand at the corner for half an hour and say to you, I've been to Mass, but I won't have been to Mass." She was headstrong even as a child, so that was the end of that. The Prices lived in a small, semi-detached council house on a tidy, sloping street in Andersonstown called Slievegallion Drive. Her father, Albert, was an upholsterer. He made the chairs that occupied the cramped front room. But where another clan might adorn the mantelpiece with happy photos from family holidays, the Prices displayed, with great pride, snapshots taken in prisons. Albert and Chrissy Price shared a fierce commitment to the cause of Irish republicanism. The belief that for hundreds of years the British had been an occupying force on the island of Ireland, and that the Irish had a duty to expel them by any means necessary. When Dolores was little, she would sit on Albert's lap and he would tell her stories about joining the Irish Republican Army when he was still a boy in the 1930s, and about how he had gone off to England as a teenager to carry out a bombing raid. With cardboard in his shoes because he couldn't afford to patch the soles, he dared to challenge the mighty British Empire. A small man with wire-framed glasses and fingertips stained yellow by tobacco, Albert told violent tales about the fabled valour of long-dead patriots. Dolores had two other siblings, Damon and Claire, but she was closest to her younger sister, Marion. Before bedtime, their father liked to regale them with the story of the time he escaped from a jail in the city of Derry, along with 20 other prisoners, after digging a tunnel that led right out of the facility. One inmate played the bagpipes to cover the sound of the escape. In confiding tones, Albert would lecture Dolores and her siblings about the safest method for mixing improvised explosives with a wooden bowl and wooden utensils, never metal, because a single spark and you were gone. He liked to reminisce about beloved comrades whom the British had hanged, and Dolores grew up thinking that this was the most natural thing in the world, that every child had parents who had friends who had been hanged. Her father's stories were so rousing that she shivered sometimes when she listened to them, her whole body tingling with goosebumps. Everyone in the family, more or less, had been to prison. Chrissy's mother, Granny Dolan, had been a member of the IRA Women's Council, the Cumann na Man, and had once served 3 months in Armagh jail for attempting to relieve a police officer from the Royal Ulster Constabulary of his service weapon. Chrissy had also served in the Cumann and done a stretch in Armagh, along with 3 of her sisters after they were arrested for wearing a band emblem, little paper flowers of orange, white and green, known as Easter lilies. In the Price family, as in Northern Ireland in general, people had a tendency to talk about calamities from the bygone past as though they had happened just last week. As a consequence, it could be difficult to pinpoint where the story of the ancient quarrel between Britain and Ireland first began. Really, it was hard to imagine Ireland before what the Prices referred to simply as the cause.